Hi there, this is Ronnie Ambler's Night coming at you with a video. Um, this isn't going to be on any specific subject in and of itself. I want to do a bit of a general video here. Yesterday, the area that I live in, there was a meeting that residents could go to. And it was a meeting to try and get the local community centre to sort of find out what sort of activities that they could put on for the residents in this area. And I went along and I was there for about an hour. And the usual sort of stuff of quiz nights and discos and this, that and the next thing were discussed there, and a few people are interested in it. I put down wargaming and role-playing. I guess I could have put down as a more general term, how about a club for tabletop gaming? This would also, as well as encapsulate role-playing and wargaming, it would also branch out and allow for board games, be it some of the more strategy board games or just family board games, and card games, anything from playing Snap through to playing games like Phase 10, which I love. It's a really good family game and I wish more people would buy it. To collectible card games such as Magic and Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And games of that ilk. I believe, and I have friends who very much agree with me on this, and I guess this is where I wanted to come out. I play video games, I play computer games. I have played video and computer games since, well, really before 1984. But Christmas 1984 is when I got my first home computer. And I love playing them. They're nice, they're a great way to spend a couple hours, when you're sitting there alone and bored. But I don't have many games just now. In fact, for my computer I have a couple of the old Lucasfilm games that my friend Caroline gave me. Like Grim Fandango. I have Medieval Total War 1, and I have Dragon's Lair 3D. And that's it. Now, partially that's due to the fact that my computer is very low spec. But mostly because, as much as I enjoy video games, I much prefer tabletop games. Be it wargaming, be it board games, card games, I suppose dice games, but most importantly for me, role-playing games. And it was interesting to me yesterday when I mentioned that I played war games, when I mentioned I played role-playing games, the automatic assumption was that I was talking about computer games, which is of course a complete sea change. Back when I was a teenager, when you said war games and role-playing games, people assumed you meant tabletop. But now, computer wargaming and computer role-playing games have become so much part of the mainstream that tabletop gaming has to sort of deliberately say that we're talking about tabletop. But I prefer them. And I prefer them for two reasons. One, I like the tactile nature of board games. I am by nature a very tactile person. I like the feel. As much as I enjoy video games, and I bought role-playing games on PDF, it's not the same as having the book in your hands. It's not the same as playing on board. It's not the same as rolling those dice. I can't emotionally engage and connect with a computer game the way that I emotionally engage and connect with a tabletop game. I don't get as involved and as invested with graphics on the screen. It's not to say I don't enjoy them, I just don't enjoy them anywhere near as much as tabletop. The other reason is that I find them far more social. The overwhelming majority of my friends, if not all my friends, I know through playing tabletop games. And I love them. I am very, very privileged and blessed with the friends that I have. And I think the world of them. I couldn't possibly imagine life without my friends. And tabletop gaming, it's mostly role-playing, I must admit, but be it a card game, be it a war game, is a great way to just socialise with people. And it's one of the reasons why I put down role-playing war game. I guess I really should have said tabletop gaming, because I think it's a great way. Obviously, I wouldn't want to be in a group where there were kids, or a group where there were only kids. If there were lots of adults as well, that would be great. You know, I think it would just look too weird if it was just a whole load of kids and one adult. I just think that would look very strange. And I think kids would enjoy tabletop gaming if only they got the chance to. I also like the sort of practical examples of art, history, especially we do historical wargaming, mathematics, English or whatever your chosen language is, geography, problem solving, socializing. There's so many positive aspects to a lot of tabletop gaming, especially role-playing, which I consider to be the highest form of tabletop gaming. So I really hope that this area gets a tabletop gaming club, because it saddens me that computer games, as much as they are wonderfully enjoyable, I do worry that there will be an emotional disconnect that doesn't happen with tabletop gaming. So I'm throwing, there really isn't a question on this one. More, now that I've said what I feel about tabletop gaming, I'd love to hear your views. I have a feeling I'm going to be preaching to the choir a lot. So I guess if there's a question, it's how do we promote tabletop gaming? And I'm talking everything from the family board game, you know, all these different card games. There's a beautiful amount of little family card games you can get for about £5–10. Things like Monopoly Deal and games like that. And all the way through sort of military board games, all these big board games, strategy board games, fantasy board games, all the way through to wargaming, role-playing. How do we promote it? How do we get it out of being this fringe hobby that it seemed to be, this very odd hobby where you play with little toys and you have these funny shaped dice? How do we make it mainstream? Computer games have managed it. they've managed to take what was a fringe activity, computer gaming, and a fringe within that fringe, which was war games and role-playing games, were very much a subset and fringe within computer gaming. And now they've become big business. I mean, the Total War series is huge. Games like Mass Effect, the Elder Scrolls series, Dragon Age. There's a whole load of role-playing games and real-time strategy games that have become big business on computers. So there is an appetite for that style of game. So how do we get that appetite infused for tabletop? Love to hear your views on it.